Hi, I'm Maggie and welcome to Team Teacher. Today we're going to talk about report card comments and we're going to focus on folders and how those can help you with your report card comment writing. I'll also highlight a few other features on Team Teacher that can be really helpful. To start, I want you guys to take a look over here on the left-hand side at guides. You do not need to remember everything in this video because we've written up a guide on writing report card comments with Team Teacher that will cover the things that we talk about today. So setting up a folder, a few different starting prompts that you can use, different sort of pathways that you might take for documenting student comments, etc. So that will live just right over here in the guides. You can always get to that. So as we get started, I'm going to go ahead and sign into my account and I will show you how I have a folder set up to make my report card comment writing significantly easier. So I'm going to open up my folders and I will go to my sample report card comment folder. Now, if you don't have a new folder, you can just click this little create folder, enter your folder name, description, and let's just do a sample one, report cards test. This is where we draft comment. All right, so once you create your folder, you'll see this instructions field is empty. This instructions field is where you will give your Team Teacher Agent sort of the starting information that they need to know for any conversation that you have in this folder. So this is where you can put in the kind of language that you like. This is where you can put in additional details about the subject that you teach and how you want to approach comments. You could put in school guidelines here. You can make these instructions as detailed or as not detailed as you want. You'll see in my sample folder that my instructions are not super detailed. However, go nuts, feel free. The AI will have those instructions at the start of every conversation in that folder, so you don't have to repeat yourself. Over here in documents is where you can sort of build out your little library of past report card comments that you've written, school guidelines and report card comments, perhaps information about your course and what you've covered, etc. Anything that you have in the document is information that your AI will be able to reference in conversation with you. So when you are having a conversation in this report card comment folder, your AI has the instructions and has access to all of the documents. So let me show you my sample folder and what I've got in there. So here in this instructions field in my folder, you'll see that my instructions are pretty skimpy. I've got a few different bullet points about how I want those comments to be written, but you can include things about the kind of language that you want the AI to be writing in. For example, if you use British English versus American English, this is somewhere that you can put that in so that every time the AI is chatting with you, they're drafting comments in your preferred English. Over here, you can see in my documents that I've got some sample documents showing fall comments, spring comments, school report card comment guidelines, some student self-reflections, assessment and scores, and some teacher notes. So feel free to use that documents import, either importing from Google Drive or creating a new document within Team Teacher to build out that kind of library of resources that you want your AI to be able to reference as they're writing student comments. All right, so we're going to start a conversation in my folder. You can choose your agent. I'm going to choose Minerva for MYP and DP. You can select your model. I'm going to select Sonnet. I think Sonnet writes really nicely, and create. Also in the instructions here, you can add any sort of conversation level instructions. These will just be instructions that the AI has for that conversation, different from folder instructions where the AI agent has that for every single conversation in the folder. This is just this one conversation specific. You can go ahead and create. You can start with just clicking that report card comment button if you like, but I am going to let Minerva know that I am demoing this so she can give us a little bit more advice on how to go about writing these report card comments. All right, so I've just let her know that I'm going to be demoing this. So she's going to assume that I've got real content in those documents and then sort of walk us through how she can help. She's going to look through all of these documents. She can see my folder setup, and she's going to walk me through a potential workflow for today. All right, wonderful. So what I'm going to do is I've got a set of sample student data up here. I can grab this and pop this into a message box. All right, you'll also notice that I have a little anonymization button up here. This is just for subscribers currently. Please check the promo code in the email or in the bottom of the report card writing guide for a discount on getting a subscription to TeamTeacher and getting access to this anonymization feature that Joe has built. So if I turn that on, this is a message level anonymization feature, which means that any student data that I paste in here should be anonymized in the message up above. So you'll see that names are replaced with token identifiers. All right, now Minerva's given me some options. I'm going to say, actually, I would love if you based on what you. All right, so I'm just going to ask her to draft me up some sample comments for these kids based on what she's got available, and we will have a look-see at how she's done. All right. So she's going strong with these comments. Now you can have her draft a set of comments and then sort of iterate with her until you get the style that you like. Once you get the style that you like, I would really suggest that you ask her to save a document in the folder with that style. Let me show you how to ask her that. That way you're sort of adding into that document library with good examples as you guys work through. You're sort of layering in her skill in that folder. So, all right. These look great. Now, we're just empty space folder outlines our approach. So, also I really like to watch her thinking sometimes, so that's kind of a fun feature. All right, she is creating and saving a document, which should show up here shortly. And then I'll show you where that document is, and then we're good to go. All right, so we can see the document that she's drafted. She's told me what's included. And now we're going to go to View Document. You will see that she's saved it in your report card comments folder. You can also change the folder right up here in this menu. She's got her own description here, and she also has the document content. Now, if there's something in this document that she wrote that you find is inaccurate or that you want to tweak, you can always go in and edit these documents that your AIs have created. So with that said, let's go back in here, and what else can I show you? Okay, so now I'm going to also show you this context sidebar. This is context for the conversation, right? The folder has its context and then the conversation has its context. So within this folder context, you can add specific instructions. You can add documents that you want to import that are specific to this conversation. Maybe that's student work, maybe that's your notes about a certain cohort of kids, etc. You can also double check the tools that are enabled. Minerva by default has UDL, the IBDP, and the IBMYP enabled. You can also try the multilingual learners knowledge base, which is a new one that we are testing out. But you can add and select and deselect different tools over here that your agent has. All agents have access to all of the tools, but different agents have sort of a different default set that they are pre-selected. So I'll close that. That just lives right over here. You can always open and close it. And let's see, is there anything else that and custom agents. Custom agents is also a subscriber feature. But if you go over here into agents, you can create an agent and you can create your own report card comment writer agent where you give them a description, you give them a bio, a system prompt. You can select the tools that they have access to, the knowledge bases. So you can play around with this. You can create a profile picture, even generate a profile picture. All of these little sparkly stars are AI assist generate buttons. So if you are not sure how to fill out a field, you can just click that button and the AI will assist you in that. And then once you have created that agent, you will see it here in your custom agents section. So if you want to create your own report card comment writing agent and you want to really make sure that they write in the exact specific voice that you want them to, custom agents is a really fun thing to play around with. Again, that is just for subscribers for right now, but we do have a 25% off promo code that is available in the email that has been sent out, as well as at the bottom of that report card comment guide. So you can have a look down here and report cards Jan 26. I believe that the promo code in the email is slightly different. That's my bad. Both of them are valid. I've double checked that. So yeah. All right. I think that that is all for today. I hope this has been helpful and good luck with all these report card comments.